Okay, welcome to our Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea campaign. This is session 63, I think. Yeah. Sorry about the technical difficulty, and we're on Monday, so we're different. Welcome to anybody watching. So we are picking up where we left off, which is the party has, after finding a treasure map about a month or so ago, well, they got it a while back, but they realized it was a treasure map about a month or so ago when a comet started cresting the sky, and when exposed to the light from the comet, the paper that they found showed kind of a treasure map, essentially. Wasn't so much an actual map, but kind of like a poem with some writing on it stuff. A poem with writing. A poem with some drawings on it and stuff. And they followed that through the Gaul heathland, which is pretty treacherous, and it is very cold. It is actually currently it's negative 50 degrees. It is the 6th day of the 12th month of the 11th year. So winter is 100% coming. And but the map seemed to imply, or straight up say, that the mound of the silver flame, which possessed this treasure and who knows what other kind of secrets, would only be visible when the comet was in the sky. And of course, not knowing how long a comet might be around, the party has ventured out into the cold. They've encountered a few creatures, a few people, some rival adventurers, we'll say, who also had a map that tried to set them back by stealing and destroying their supplies, their dog sleds. But they've also gained the service of a very, very appreciative wizard who had been taken from his body and placed into a raven, and now he is back in his body and helping. So you've got, along with the standard party that we have a cleric who's been traveling with them since the Crystal Point adventure, Helene, and also a magician named Talos. But besides them, those are the side characters. Special guests are. Let's talk about the actual party. So we'll go through. You guys can intro your characters. Anything I missed or you want to add? Oh, I guess I should say you're in the mound. You've made your way in the last adventure, and you've explored a couple of rooms and found some interesting stuff. So we'll go around, and then I'll get back into that in a second. So let me just start with Crystal. Tell us about your character.
I play Rowan Seach. She is the pyromancer of the group, and she tried to read the map without the light of the comet and kind of went insane. So now she sometimes sees frog eyes in places, but it's all good. Yeah, that's Rowan Seach.
Yes. That is very true and very concise, exactly what has happened. Leaving out the fireballing of the group. Tony, tell us about your character.
The long silver white hair is flowing from the woman that sits up off of the edge of the bed. And you think for just a moment till you look at her worn, ragged face that she's a younger, beautiful woman, but it's an older woman. And she points with kind of a unsteady hand. Child, bring me the book. Bring me that book. No, that one there, the big one. I want you to read something today. There's something you need to read out of this book. You've got to do your study, child. The young girl with the beautiful blonde hair appears to be around 9 or 10 as she brings the book over, and they flip it open and see the arcane runic symbols in the book to indicate it's probably some type of magic or spells or something. And she begins to go over it with the young girl. Yes, Rowan Seach, I agree with that. You think that's the best plan for us right now? Yeah, sure. That's best for me too. As she looks at her in a dazed, confused way as Rowan Seach is talking to her presently, Brighild, the warlock.
Excellent. And Nikki, tell us about your character.
I play Panista. She's a bard. After the encounter with the orbs and all the bugs and all of that, she is interested in trying to use this key now that we have on the statue, the one that Revna bravely went and got from the middle of the solar system mosaic. So that is her. What she's thinking about right now is if it's safe to use the key, or if this even is where the key goes. So that's Panesta today.
Excellent. Speaking of Revna, Rush, tell us about your character.
Revna Kvaldheim, the Viking, is who I'll be playing this evening. And Revna originally assembled with the group as a way to get off away from being shipwrecked upon an island, and then she's fallen in with them, even coming to respect the ones who are still about. Even the magician Eka, who was she felt to be excessively nerdy and annoying, she at least respected and recognized his ability. She's a legerdemainist. She is a master of both the arts of shadow and of magic. Well, not necessarily a master, but she's not a master of magic, but she definitely dabbles heavily. And she seems to have found a group of people in Panesta and Brighild, and even in these newer people, the Viking gent that travels with them, and Rowan Seach, who is another wielder of the arcane, and she now sees it as an opportunity to make good friendships and make good coin, and so one being just as important as the other, and so she travels with them, helping as best she can, and that is Revna Kvaldheim, the Viking legerdemainist.
Excellent. And rounding out the group, Mike, tell us about your character.
I'm playing Buka Longtooth, who is a Viking berserker. He's currently brooding about losing all his hair and his beard. He is smarting from the burns across his skin, and on top of it, the insect bites that he's kind of inflicted on himself. But he knows that he had that coming. But he is looking forward to seeing what this key shall reveal, as they've come a long way, and they've have suffered some losses, and he's hoping that the losses will show some gains. And so he's looking forward with an eye for gold. And that's Buka.
That makes sense. The party has been quite successful at recovering treasures in their days of adventuring. Even in this adventure, as so far as slaying that strange alchemist, though you left the treasure back at the at the home because you couldn't carry it all. But you know it's there waiting for you. But hopefully even more treasures abound inside this place. So just a quick reminder and kind of go over, just generally speaking, unless otherwise explained, the space is kind of very, very clean, and the walls look like they're kind of white plaster, but they're covered in painted murals, mostly abstracts, nothing that really stuck out as anything beyond decorative until you've gotten into this room. The ceilings are generally vaulted in about 15 feet. So you came in through this giant block of stone, entered in, all the doors in here are these like polished bronze. Again, this is supposedly an ancient tomb, and there's not a speck of dust in here. It's clean and polished. However, the air still has that smell, that stale smell that you get in tombs that you've been in as before. But the room you're in currently is, I have you in the room right with the map. The room you're in currently is a pretty large room, about 30 foot by 40 foot. There's a couple of doors here, which you've explored both. In the room is a huge statue of a man with a sword. He's got his hand kind of on it, another hand outreached like this. And I'll put it in the Roll20 again. There is some writing there upon the statue. In addition, of course, the walls of this room, if you remember, are covered in these like screaming faces that are basically very stark, except for their eyes are all painted with color, in all different color. And it does actually feel, as I think Helene pointed out the last time, it feels a little creepy, like they're staring at you. You know, wherever you move in the room, they seem to follow you, kind of feel. But as noted, the statue has some carving at the bottom. It says, "I guard the tomb of Kaven, the illustrious sage and sorcerer, mighty king of Hyperborea. No cheap trinket shall serve as a pass key." And yeah, so that's kind of where you're at. Just to summarize the other rooms, just in case somebody wasn't here, down to what would be, we'll say it's going to be east. So it depends on where you're standing, I guess. To the east, there's a hallway with some apparently bottomless pits, which were traversed fairly easily. Beyond there was a room that had this essentially an array of all these strange planets that you certainly didn't recognize, kind of circling, but they're actually, the tile was actually rippling. They're actually mosaics in the floor of the tile as these planets are moving around, kind of a floating golden plate in the center. By using the magic of levitation, Revna was able to get over there and pick up this golden key off the essentially a platter of gold. To your west was a room with several large kind of globes of various colors floating in the air. You punctured two of them, I believe, right? Two. One was full of bugs and made you run out of there, hornets or whatever. The other one, what was in the other one? Was it loaded with tons of treasure?
Gibbering mouths.
Oh, that's right. It was loaded with the crazy monster, not a bunch of treasure.
Yes.
Treasure only to the game master.
But we did get the
Sorry.
emeralds from that one, I think, right?
Yeah.
That is correct. There was a large emerald. There wasn't treasure. There was four, actually. Four large emeralds. You would value roughly 500 gold pieces apiece. That came out of the Malthar. So you've got these four emeralds. You've got the gold key that you picked up. You're in this room with this statue. What does everybody want to do?
I don't know. I brought the key back and gave it to Panesta. I assumed we were going to try to unlock something with the statue, but I was just, handing it over, being like, well, this doesn't look like a simple trinket to me.
No, it's as good a place as any to try the key.
All right, so just a heads up, that's the picture of the statue. I'm saying I'm sharing it, all right?
Where?
Oh, hold on. No, didn't. Apparently that didn't work. There it is.
There you go.
All right.
That's right.
So, yeah.
That's right.
Yep. You've got the faces kind of screaming in horror. Although I don't know that really depicts them looking very horrible, but imagine they're horrified.
Yeah.
And he's got his sword, and the other hand is like outstretched like this. And of course, yeah, that's what you see.
It's very Incan looking.
Yeah, it's super old. I mean, you would know that based on the legends that you know that have been described to you via, I think Panesta knew some stuff, and also Talos knew that this Kraven is quite old. I mean, pre-Green Death Hyperborea, like significantly pre-Green Death. So, well, as they say, significantly. And yeah, if you wanted to get up to where did you want to try to put the key? It doesn't appear to be any kind of keyhole or anything. He's just got a sword and a hand out. And you can't see inside the hand, I should point out, because it's too high up off the ground.
Yeah, stick it in his hand. Give it to him.
Okay. I'll do that.
Okay. All right, you'll have to climb up there if you want to do that.
That's true. I'm pretty short. Yeah.
Yeah, anybody would
boost,
have to climb
Puka?
up. It's like 10 feet in the air.
Yeah, I'll give you a boost.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So Buka is quite, large and muscular, so you shouldn't have a problem picking up Panesta. So yeah, you give her 10 fingers or whatever. And you look up there and you see that in fact the hand is just an empty hand. It's almost as big as your face, basically. I mean, it could like grab your head essentially, but it appears to be empty.
So you're saying it could come to life and grab my head if it wanted to, is what you're saying.
I mean, that is a possibility. I didn't say that, but
Right.
if you would like to feel that way.
That's what I heard.
Just
All right,
don't just don't let Bukas poke it with his spear.
So there isn't anything in the hand. No, there's no.
The hand is empty.
Okay. Well, it's empty up here.
I mean, the hand's empty and there's no keyhole, if that's what you're asking. There's no hole
Right,
or anything
yeah,
there. It just looks
yep.
like a, yeah.
We'll just lay it in there.
Okay, I will do that.
I mean, the worst is we get it again later.
Okay,
So you're going to put the gold key into the hand of the statue?
I am, yes.
This
Okay.
is oddly impulsive for Panesta.
All right. You put the key into the hand of the statue, and you hear this in your mind. Actually, only Podesta hears it. And actually, you're going to have to make let's say, a transformation saving throw, or you're going to fall out of Buka's grasp. Yeah.
Alrighty, let me just grab. My dice, got it right here. Okay, transformation. Nope.
Okay. I mean, you're not that far up. You're not going to take damage or anything, but you like literally stagger back and fall off of Buka's shoulders or whoever he's got you up in the air. Because in your mind, you essentially heard what seemed like the bellowing, the angry bellowing of a man, like "ah." Was it a bellow? That might have been more like a growl, like "oh." That's like a bellow. And everybody else, because you probably don't notice it because you're watching Podesta start to follow. I mean, Podesta start to follow. You don't notice it. The hand itself looks like almost a silver fireball forms in the hand. It's real bright for a second in the room, and everybody looks and they can see like you're kind of squinting at it, and then it kind of goes out, and your eyes sort of kind of got spots, from not really being able to see anymore. And Podesta, you can hear weeping and moaning, and like crying and just the sound of absolute grief, and with a bit of torture mixed in. Various voices in your head, and they do not seem to be speaking the common tongue. You don't speak Hellenic Hyperborean, right? So
No.
but you've heard it, so you would recognize. You don't know what they're saying, but you recognize that that's kind of an old archaic form of Hyperborean, and it only lasts for a few seconds. Like all this happens in like the split, like 3-4 seconds. By the time you hit the ground, it's stopped basically.
Okay.
You're not hurt or anything, but everybody's eyes are probably adjusting to the light, and the statue is still standing there.
Okay,
Why did you not catch her, you big lout?
I'm sorry. The flash. I thought she was doing some magic thing.
Ah,
I kind of dust myself off, stand up, and I say, I heard something terrible when I put the key into the hand.
Was it Brighild?
Oh no. No, she is much more terrible than what I heard when she wants to be, which you should probably take note of. But I heard the angry bellowing of a man. Or was it growling? No, definitely bellowing. And I heard weeping and moaning and the sounds of people being tortured almost. Just for a split second in my head.
Sort of like all these people on the wall.
Yes. Yes.
so
The-
it's almost like the key that you placed was not a good enough offer, evidently.
I guess not. Is it still in the hand, or did it get consumed in the fire, or?
You want to climb back up and look? I mean, nobody can see into the hand from where nobody's tall enough. It's like 10 feet off the ground.
Oh,
I can lift you back up there if you want. And I promise to hold you up this time.
okay. Yeah, this time I won't fall this time.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
brace your knees.
Okay, I'm gonna
Okay.
look.
Yeah, you get back up there. The key is still there, but it's gray and dull looking.
Hmm. I will say that. I'll say it's still here, but it looks changed. I don't know if I should touch it or not.
You want one of those emeralds?
Oh, yes.
And okay, I'm taking one of my hands off your knees. You're not going to fall,
Okay.
right?
I will stabilize. Use my cord.
I know it's been a rough few days. And I'll reach into my pouch and I'll hand up one of the emeralds.
Okay. Yeah, you can definitely do that. That's easy. You're not under any kind of stress.
I'll kind of use it. I'll be like, hey, someone want to catch this? And I'll kind of, or see if I use the emerald, can I like swipe the key out of his hand
Sure.
and then put the emerald there?
You can definitely do that.
Okay, yeah.
It's fantasy gems, so the emerald's like as big as your fist, right? Instead of like being like this big, like an emerald should be. Because of course that's the way it is, right? Yeah. So you
Right.
you take the emerald and you push it, and it clinks onto the ground. Any magician, so you're a pyromancer, right? Ron Siege.
Yes.
Okay, you would immediately recognize that as soon as it hits the ground, that the key has been transformed into lead. And of course, Talos also notices that.
He's been transformed into lead.
Oh, should I not put this emerald here then?
Well, I mean, if they're looking for if he's looking for a tribute, you're not going to have much choice.
But maybe he's looking for something very specific.
You're never going to find out unless you try the.
Oh, we got a bunch more of those balls we can pop.
Ugh.
Come on.
I'll put the
Yeah.
emerald in the hand. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah, you put the emerald in the hand. Once again the flame, but you don't hear the wailing or the moaning or any of the rage that came in your head the first time. So you're fine. I mean, you were ready for it. So you probably waver a little bit. Booker forgets that he just took his hand off, and he reaches back up quick and grabs you. And you guys kind of waver for a second in your eyes. You're really, because you're so close to it, you're really blinking, like even with your eyes closed. It was so bright. But by the time, again, only a couple seconds go by, and by the time your eyes start to adjust, the statue actually slides to the side, revealing a passage. Bum, bum.
Maybe it wanted something more.
Greedy statues.
Yeah. You're light as a feather.
Well, thank you.
You see about a 20-foot long corridor. So the statue moved over to the.
Okay.
I can't actually move it because I don't have that kind of
Right.
sophisticated skills. But it moved over to the east, so it's just kind of slid over into that corner. Yeah. So a hallway opens up. Of course, you've got a lantern or whatever, so you kind of shine down there. You can see it goes down about 20 feet and then ends in another one of these like perfectly polished bronze doors.
Well, then.
Revna,
Go ahead,
do you
Bree.
think, is there any way to for us to tie or secure off the statue so if we go down this passageway, it doesn't close behind us?
I'm not sure, and then I try to inspect it to find that answer.
So you look on the ground around the statue and you see that the floor underneath it is absolutely perfectly smooth. Like no scratches from the thing sliding, no track that it moved on, no physical means at all that you could imagine this thing moves. So you would imagine quite clearly, especially in the legend is, that it moved by magic. And you don't necessarily know. I mean, it may be like some kind of a dispel magic might hold it in place, but that could also close it. You wouldn't really know without trying. Do you even have Dispel Magic? Is that since you're at a level to have such a spell?
I don't have it.
Okay. What level? Yeah, you're high enough level. What make a test of intelligence. So roll a d6, and then based on your intelligence, we'll see.
Okay. Let me get to my character sheet. My intelligence is a 14.
Okay.
So D6.
So you're going to be 3 through 6. So I mean 3 and 6 rather. So there you go. Yeah, perfectly. Yeah, you would from your understanding of these things, typically something like this is going to probably either reset like at the break of dawn, or that's the kind of thing that it is. If it doesn't reset within the next like 10-15 minutes, it's probably not going to reset for till like a set period. It could be, it's typically something like the next day. But again, there's no way to 100% know, but that's your best guess. And Talos would agree because I also rolled for him.
I asked Talos if he thinks if I wedge an iron spike down there where the door slid, does he think that would hold it, or?
I mean, it can't hurt. Is what he says.
All right. Well, then I'm going to try that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can definitely. I mean, again, there's like no space, but you bang it, so it's actually like compressing the spike into like the ground, like chipping away at the ground in the statue, because it's like literally that tight to the ground. But yeah, you can bang a few spikes in. You think that it'll probably, based on your expertise, that unless it's incredibly, incredibly strong force moving it, the spike should hold it, or at the very least slow it down, and probably make a heck of a lot of noise as it starts to slide back across. So you probably hear it,
Yes.
depending on how far away you are. So yeah, after securing that, 10 minutes or so it takes to do that, and the statue didn't seem to move back or try, and you think that, like I said, it would either hold it or really make a lot of noise if it starts coming back, which hopefully would be enough for you guys to get back out if that was the issue. Did you want to pick up that? Sorry.
Revna?
Did you want to pick up that key, Rowan Siege? I'm sorry, Tony. I didn't mean to talk over you. I just didn't want to forget. Because you had examined it, but I didn't know if you wanted to take it or just leave it there.
Yeah, Rowan Siege will take it.
Okay. Sorry, Tony, go ahead.
Oh, no problem. Revna, do you feel confident in checking the passageway up to the door? I don't think there would be any traps, but I mean, do you get any feeling about it?
I figure that's what I'm here for, so I have no problem checking up ahead.
You do your usual, kind of sweep at the floor, looking for any kind of like off-level stone or, any tripwire, anything like that might be sticking out, something that, something that seems like that it would break the space, a pit, something falling from the ceiling. And really what you're seeing here is that these walls are so well plastered that like any hole or whatever would be super obvious to you, like any crack, and it's absolutely perfect. You don't see a single crack. So it looks very, very clean all the way down to the door.
Is the passageway also, does it appear to be like real dusty and like from over time, nobody's been through here in a while, or?
Nope, it looks absolutely perfectly clean. Not a speck of dust. No, the plaster, the white plaster, and has not yellowed. The paintings that are on the plaster are completely fresh and beautifully colorful, as if they were painted like within the last year.
Wow.
Well, shall we?
Yep, I'll go ahead and check ahead.
Okay, yeah, you move up to the door, and I know you were doing like a regular process of listening and everything, so I'll roll that for you. You're 7th level, right?
I believe so. No, I am still 6th level.
6th level, okay. No
Yeah.
problem.
Ledgermane is level up very slow. I'm just
Yes. It's slow, but it's worth it. Yeah, okay, so you get to the door and you listen for a bit. Absolute silence. You don't hear anything. And there's no lock on it at all. It's literally just a handle, and there doesn't seem to be any kind of a possible way that you could see anyway, so they could trap it from this side anyways.
Okay. Yeah. So I go ahead and just check the door.
Okay. You can open it up.
Yeah, I do the typical, crack the door and peek thing.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely do that. So you open the door up a little bit, and I think Rodsich had the lantern, is that correct? So she kind of shines it down. Somebody had a lantern. Actually, Talos can hold the lantern if you guys want him to, because he has nothing. He's literally just has his robes. So yeah, he can hold the lantern in the back. He shines it down there. And through the crack of the door that you open, you can see that this space is dusty. You can see it on the ground. It mostly looks like it's deteriorated cloth from the... it's hard to see from this angle, but large amount of what appear to be corpses that are leaning fully armored against the wall.
Okay. Fully armored against the wall corpses.
Yep. Basically, you've got effectively. I mean, you're only looking through like a crack, so it looks like it opens up into like kind of a wide hallway, and it's like lined on both sides with basically corpses of soldiers. They're holding short spears, round shields, and they've got helmets on and like very what appears to be very ancient armor that is that's rusted and pitted.
Do the corpses, can I see any of the skins? Like, do they have the helmets, are the visors open or anything?
Yep. Yeah, they're like the open kind. That's like this. You can see their faces a little bit. Yeah.
So are they, do they look completely skeletal, or are they like desiccated, like people that have...
They're desiccated.
That's okay. Oh, then, and how big was this room again? Sorry.
I mean, you're only looking through a crack. It looks very big. Look, it's not very wide. I mean, the door opens up. You can see like I'll kind of clear off a spot for you, assuming the door opens where the door opens in. Then the hinge would be here, so you could probably see like this much of the space. That's basically what you can see. So you're not seeing a whole lot, but you can tell. I mean, you can kind of just edge, because again, he's shining a light in through a crack. And you can see that both walls are covered with these corpses.
Okay.
They don't seem to be moving or anything, luckily. They're just kind of standing there. Or, well, they're leaning there, actually. They're like kind of collapsed against the wall with their spears and stuff.
All right, I'm sorry. This is in room number 6, you said, right?
Yep.
So I kind of pull the door shut and I just kind of walk back to the rest of the group. And I just tell them, I say, I can see inside the room, but there are corpses in there of heavily armed. Did the corpses look arranged, or were they haphazardly?
No, they look like they were soldiers kind of standing on guard against the wall, and then they're kind of collapsed against the wall.
So
they look arranged too.
I said it looks like there were armored guardsmen inside the room at one point, but they are not but corpses now. But it appears as though they perished where they stood.
Oh, well, that should be no challenge for Buka then.
Well, I just wanted to run that by you before I opened the door and walked in.
Buko, would you like me to light the top of your axe head again?
Sure.
All right, so I will cast Candle and place it on his axe head, which lasts for an hour.
Nice.
And before we go into the door, I'm going to cast Produce Flame.
Okay,
That's all lasts for an hour.
nice. Okay. All right. So who's going in and what's happening?
I'll go in first.
Okay. I mean, if you swing the door open and kind of Talos will hand you the lantern if you want to illuminate the room.
Revna, don't forget you still have the infrared vision.
Oh, right. You can
Yeah.
see without it if you want to just walk in.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
I'm gonna just walk in to see
Okay.
if anything's gonna happen.
All right. Yeah. So you open the door up and you step in and you look side to side and you can see this hallway is pretty long. It's, you're coming in from the top there. On the northern side, you're about, what was that, 60 feet to the east and about 80 feet to the west. It extends, and you basically see along this entire corridor these. It looks like they were probably four wide, like almost like they were marching down the corridor at each other because they're coming from both directions. But now that they're collapsed and stuff, they're basically against the sides. So you could actually walk through the center without touching any of them. But you'd have to spend several minutes in here trying to count if you want to try to count how many. There's that many in here.
No, I'm just looking for traps or things that might
yeah.
be coming. I'm not
You
gonna
don't see
worry about
anything. Yeah, you don't see anything immediately. I guess the only thing you might be able to see, not with infrared vision, you can see that there's doors at the one end, and then you see that the thing turns on the other end, but you don't see anything that would appear to be kind of a trap.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to concern myself with counting the number of bad guys in the room.
No?
I'll let the others do that. I'm doing the dangerous work.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll just push the door and just wave motion everybody to come on in. And nothing attacked me in the room, so.
Okay.
Yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, clearly, you can't quite see as far as he could with the lantern, but just you'd be able to see dimly that at one end there's a set of double doors, and at the other end it seems like it goes down and turns. But otherwise, except for all these bodies in here, which are kind of like appear to be some kind of a mini army, the room appears to be empty.
Do did you say the skeleton warriors, do they have weapons and shields and stuff?
They do. They're in basically what would amount to probably a scale balish kind of it's old armor, so it's more like a chest plate, like arm, bracers and stuff. And they have small shields on their arms. Of course, their arms just flop down, but they're strapped to their arms, and they have short spears.
Does it appear that just like a quick glance, it appears maybe they're two different factions? That maybe one of them's a certain army and one of them's for another.
Yeah, you're pretty sure as you look at them. You look at a few in each direction. When you get closer, you look that they all have similar attire, and actually their shields are emblazoned with the same crest, which is actually the eye of Sakwa, but it's kind of it's got a very a large gash in it, almost like the eye is sliced open. And they all seem to have that.
Brigio would ask Talos if he knows anything about seeing those shields. Maybe he would know anything about the story or legend of why it appears that the weirdness of the slash.
Okay, let me see what he would know. I think he's pretty smart. Yeah, he recalls that in the story of Kaven that he basically beat Tzizakwa at his own game. Almost that he felt like he was superior to the god. So it seems to him that it could be like a mocking symbol.
Interesting.
Perhaps here, Sakwa cannot see us.
That is, you know what? Make a just make a saving throw modified by willpower. So if you have any wisdom.
Okay, I have a 15 wisdom, so I'll just roll a
Okay.
d6.
No, not d6. Make a saving throw.
Oh, saving throw.
Yeah,
Okay.
make a saving throw and you can modify. So
Success.
oh,
19.
perfect. Okay. Well, you know what? You feel a huge weight lifted off you. Like you're looking at these eyes, and all of a sudden you feel like that kind of fear and creepiness you've had ever since you started feeling it. You can't even remember when it started. Seems to be lifted, and effectively you are removed of those hallucinations, at least for now.
Nice.
Because exactly what you spoke is what you actually think. The guide cannot see you in here.
Well, we know that the guy has buried himself here to get away from the bat toad. Obviously, he made a deal with him and then really decided he didn't like this guy. Given the blasphemy and now these slashes, right?
Well, it must be doing some good here because Rowan seats, you seem much more relaxed and at ease now.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that Sakwa cannot see us. He can't watch us here. That's how I feel.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better.
I say we go before we go to those doors. I would say we see what's around this corner.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. Do you guys want to walk down there as a group, or are you going to send Revna? How you ever do? I volunteer Revna.
We probably would send.
Well, just because
Revna
that's what you've
she's
been
got
doing.
the
That's why I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Vision
no.
and yeah.
Yeah, I told you, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, they're looking around at these skeletal warriors or zombies or just dead people. Who knows? And you come down, you walk to the corner using your infrared vision. You look, you see what appears to be possibly a matching set of doors to what's on the other side.
A matching set of doors. Okay. On both sides, it looks like. Okay, so I'm sorry, which ones are we going down first? Or which ones did y'all want me to go down?
The other one, yeah, that one.
This one
Yeah.
here?
I mean, I would say you're probably currently standing, based on the fact that you just saw them, you're probably standing like somewhere in this area.
Yeah, like right in
Remember.
here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, let's just go check the doors, check it for noise and traps.
Okay. Yes, you approach the door, and now, I mean, your infrared vision wouldn't really pick this up because it doesn't really pick up like subtlety of writing and whatever. But now you're actually at the doors, and you're kind of like, putting your hands, touching and feeling for things. And you recognize that there is some kind of like a set of symbols on the door that seem to be slightly raised. It's cryptic. Go ahead and roll your let's say your manipulate traps, so a d12 for that.
Okay. I didn't know if I was going to be ready to ask you, does it look like they're arcane or not?
Yeah, they do.
Because I'm a magic user, so I don't know if
Yep.
I have something that'll help me with that. But
You do. You would need light to be able to read them because they're not. They're the exact same tone as the wall, so you can't actually read them. You're only feeling them. That's why I'm doing it this way.
So which one am I rolling again?
So you're rolling d12 for manipulate traps. So your dex is over 15, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes, you've got 6 and 12. So D12, you want to get below 6. 6 or below. Nope. Okay. Yeah, you can't quite make out what they are. Without light, you're not going to be able to figure out what to do here. And you're wise enough not to not to start messing with stuff that you can't figure out. I would imagine you're wise enough. I mean, I will assume that unless you want to not be wise enough and start messing with things.
Oh no, I did roll a 12. Which is as bad as a roll.
Well, 12 means you couldn't figure it out. Doesn't mean that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Essentially, I was giving you a chance to figure it out with your eyes closed because you can't really see it because you're only doing it by touch. So that was like, could you figure it out what it was without any light down here?
But I can tell that at least that there are some.
There's something there, yeah. If you use some light, you could probably read it, but because you're touching it, you can tell that it's some kind of arcane stuff. But it's just it's too weird to just like be able to feel out what it is.
I'm gonna ask for. I'll say, can somebody give me just a little bit of light, please?
Rowan Siege
I'll
will
walk
walk.
over there with my axe.
Okay, I mean you can both go if you want.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean,
More the barrier.
no, I'm saying there's plenty of space. I mean, obviously you can do whatever you want, but I mean, it's a 20-foot wide corridor. Yeah, you guys walk down with the light, and you're looking at the wall. You can see that there are some. This is some kind of an arcane. It seems to be arcane symbols, but they're broken. And you immediately recognize that you need to like slide the pieces to form them into the words, which you could do.
Yeah, so
Would be kind of, you could tell it's some kind of a lock. And you are actually, you have the read magic ability, so you do have a chance to do that if you want to try it, as does Rowan Siege. Either one of you could try it.
She's
but
like,
it's the
"Oh,
same.
Boy, a puzzle.
It's a base 2 and 6 chance, just so you know. So it's modified by your int, though. So if you have a higher int, you'll get a bonus in trying to decipher it. I don't know if either one of you wants to.
I love puzzles. Let me see if I can figure it out. I have a 17 intelligence.
Okay, so you'll get is that +2?
I believe so.
Yeah, that seems about right. Yeah, +2. Because you get 2 languages switched to it that way. Yeah, so you have basically a 4 and 6 chance. Oh no.
I can't figure this out.
Yeah, well, no, more like you've got to actually do it to try to figure it out. So you realize that you can't figure it out, and when you do,
Yeah.
you think that it might be difficult to open it without some kind of magic light at this point. I mean, nothing happens. It just you just like you move it to where you think it's right, and it just kind of like clicks, and then it won't move anymore. It's kind of stuck.
Can I, like, give it a try?
You can, but it's stuck. At this
Oh,
point,
it's
it's
stuck
stuck
now.
because you just get one chance to. Yeah,
So she
it seems to
looks at
be
it, she's like,
magically
well,
held or something.
She's like, well, one and done.
Yeah.
I guess we go to the other door then.
Hold on. Let's see.
Sorry,
So, go ahead, son.
Not your
Sorry,
fault.
Crystal. Talos says that he could cast upon it a dispel magic, though he does only have one such spell, and that should actually cancel out whatever it is, and the door will open. Whether or not you want to do it or not, just
Before we do that, could tell us, maybe we should just go to the other door and see if it has one of these puzzles or not. You did not notice one, though, did you, Revna?
No, but I didn't really get close enough to the door to really see either. So
Yeah, I say we go check it first then.
Yeah, I agree.
okay.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, you make your way down to this other door, and you see very much the same thing, which essentially puts you in the same position. You could try to interpret it with your traps ability first, and then if that's not effective, then you could try the magic.
Yeah.
You actually yeah.
I'll give it a shot.
Okay. guys are getting all these
D12,
like,
right?
yep, D12. You guys are getting all these really high numbers now. It's like you're gonna need them when you get to a combat. Excuse me.
Jesus.
No. Nope. You're looking at it, you're like, no. You could just try to decipher it as magic, Rowan Siege as well. You basically have another opportunity to try this.
Do you mind if I give it one more try? I think I understand now what I did wrong.
Yeah, because I don't get it one bit.
Metagaming here a little bit.
Yes, please.
No, it's fine. You can do it. There's two ways to solve it. You can do it with manual or with magic. Either one.
I see what I did wrong last time now. All right, so this piece goes here. And she rolled a 1.
Yep. Yeah, so you move it. You get basically almost to where you were last time, and then you were like, oh no. And you slide it that way instead, and they lock together. And you actually feel the door just like crack a little bit open.
Look at there. Third time's a charm.
Well, go ahead, Rowan. Push it open before it closes on us.
Yeah, Rowan
As
will
soon
go
as-
ahead and push it all the way open.
Yeah, so as soon as you it opens a little bit, you actually smell, because you're close to, I guess, your smell. You actually smell like wood, kind of a flowery, perfumey smell, actually, as soon as the door cracks open even a little bit. And then if you push it open all the way, you really get the smell. And you have magical light, so it won't affect you, but the lantern that's a little bit further back, actually, like, it almost goes out. It, like, just the air is just quite thick with this perfumey smell. Almost. I mean, it doesn't make you sick or anything, but it's definitely like heavy, and like it's like it doesn't the oils of it that are in the air kind of like manipulating with the lantern and making it flicker and stuff. But of course, you have magical light, so it's not affected by it. Up front you have that, and you're looking into this room. This is actually this is a lower ceiling than the rest of the space. The atmosphere of this low-ceiling room is thick with strange perfumes and even stale than the air in the rest of the mound. Let's see. Against the east wall stand 3 sandstone sarcophagi, each decorated with a painted image of a beautiful naked courtesan. The floor is strewn with dried flower petals, and the walls are covered with erotic murals depicting lotus chewing and the most decadent of Hyperborean sexual practices. Against the south wall is a pair of iron-bound teak chests draped with garlands of ancient withered flowers.
The Revna walks to the room and just go, what a positively naughty room.
Yeah, it looks fun though.
Not going to argue that.
No judgment.
None here.
The sarcophagi, they're all closed. The lids are on them.
That's correct. There are lids on them, and there are 3 of them. Each, as you approach, and you look at them, they are painted, each one with a beautiful concubine. Each concubine is different. Like you can tell it's not just like a generic concubine picture. It seems to be actually a portrait of somebody.
These must have been his favorites, right, Brickhild?
Yes, it must have been. And I would say that these 2 chests over there in the corner, that it's probably whatever valuables he gave them or whatever I would think are in those. I mean, I guess we could open those and leave the tombs to themselves.
Yeah, there's no reason to disturb the tombs.
I want to check those for traps first though.
I agree. Yep.
Okay, so there's 2 chests here. Did you want to check them? I guess I'm assuming Revna. You're volunteering Revna. East or west, would you like to check?
Ripna. Doesn't
I'm
matter which
sorry.
one.
I'm sorry, I'm here.
No, it's okay. Yeah, you might.
Run that one by me again.
So there's two teak chests here that they're asking to be checked for traps. There's one on the east and one on the west. Which one would you like to check?
Let's go with the east one first.
Okay, you can make your. I guess that's the same. It's the same thing. Manipulate traps. I guess is the. So you got 6 and 12 with that one. Actually, I'm gonna let. That's fine.
Jesus Christ. 10, 11, 12, 11,
Yep.
and 10. The next one's a 9.
You got to get in there. Yeah. So you look at it and it seems fine, and you go to kind of
Yep.
check the latch underneath to see if there's a trap on it. And actually, what you don't notice is that when you go to actually like move it slightly to touch it, that there was like in the torchlight that's barely here, even the magical light. There's like a slight like stinking you smell this like acrid stench. And you see a little bit of like a stickiness on there, but it's too late. It already touched your hand, and you must make a death poison saving throw.
Oh, yay! Death saves are my favorite.
Yeah, those are the best.
Ha!
There you go. Okay. Yeah. So basically, you see it, and you're like kind of like you're just about to touch it, and you're like, "Whoa!" That's probably what that
she
amounts to,
gets it
right?
on and she's like
Yeah.
shaking it off, going, "Oh God,
Yeah.
it's like snot."
Yeah, exactly. So you got a little bit on your finger, but it wasn't. There was no open cuts there, and it was a weakened or poison or whatever. So when seeing it, then you kind of can know it's there, so you can take like a cloth or water or whatever, and you kind of wash it away, and you can flip this chest open. But it is locked. Unfortunately, you would have to pick the lock or smash it or do whatever.
She's like, she looks at it. She goes, "Well, no trap, but oh my God, it's nasty." And then she tries to pick the lock. Is that a D12 also?
Yep, D12 also. You actually had the same chance.
Jesus Christ. Well,
No,
that one's not budging.
it's
That's a
absolutely
really-
rusted shut.
Yep,
Yeah.
That's a really good lock.
Hey, maybe try this lead key on it.
The lead key is like big and chunky, like the lock
Oh,
is like a
okay.
little. Yeah, that's funny. That
She
would be a
gets
good
up
idea.
and she's like, "No, I brought a skeleton key," and then she like slaps Buka on the shoulder, and then she starts making her way over to the other chest.
Okay.
It's
I
Puka
mean,
time to smash.
yeah, being that you're aware of the the possibility of the contact poison, I'm going to say that you can avoid it pretty easily. But this one is also locked. So if you want to,
Okay. Yeah.
same deal. I mean, assuming you want to try to pick it as opposed to smashing
Oh, of course. Let's keep on failing.
it. You got to succeed eventually.
No.
Nope. No, closer though. Yeah, maybe it's just contact poison like gummed up the lock, and you just you're not going to be able to get them open without smashing them or something.
She just kind of stands up and sighs, and she's just like, "I can't do anything right today."
Buka,
Yeah.
why don't you see how much they weigh to see how heavy they are?
Are you saying I'm going to drop them? Is that why?
No, I have faith in you to carry them if we need you to.
How about I just take an axe to this lock? Or the hinge?
Well, that would cause quite a bit of noise, and our friends out there in the hallway may hear it.
That's true. And I don't like that hallway.
Plus, if you bust the chest all to pieces, who's going to carry all the coins inside?
Yes, I say we carry, if you can move these chests, that we take them back to the room of the statue before we try to bust them open.
Thought you said they were all slimy with stuff.
Well, they
Slimy.
were, but you seem to like to take other people's weapons and get slime all over them. So,
Slimy, but we can wipe that off.
I see. Okay.
Good
So
thing it-
you wipe it off. I'll carry it.
Yeah, if you're able to clean it off, if you use some kind of like water or whatever, or better like some kind of alcohol if you've got it.
I
You
don't
can
think
clean
I
it. It's
have
most.
I
You don't have
think
any
I
alcohol?
Yeah, I'm not
Wow, you're
on
a
my
terrible
person at
adventurer.
the moment.
Yeah, and a horrible Viking on top of it.
Yeah.
But bottles clink, man. You're the one
Keep
who should be
saying
carrying
you're a
the booze.
Viking. I don't know what kind of a Viking you are without alcohol.
You
Yeah.
should have
Yeah,
a
what- yeah.
backpack with a barrel on it.
Do you actually have water in your water skin? I mean, come on. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you could scrub it off with water, but it's mostly around the lock area, anyways. But Buka, you reach down and the western chest. It's pretty heavy. You probably have to drag it versus carrying it. I mean, it's definitely full of stuff. I mean, it's full. You pick it up and you hear, coins moving around inside.
Okay.
But it's you'd have to drag it. I mean, just meta. It's 2,000 gold pieces in weight, which is actually, hold on, golden's only like 50 to a pound, right? So you probably could carry it. Actually, you're pretty strong. Yeah, that would only be it's still if it was 100 to a pound, it'd be 200 pounds. So it's 50 to a pound, which means that you're talking about 400 pounds. So you probably still have to drag it. Yeah, you have to
Booker, do
drag it.
you want me to help you carry it? I mean, I can help if you want me to.
What? Sure. I would love
Yeah.
it if you could help.
Okay, you guys are gonna pick up the western chest and move it out into the statue room. That's the plan.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, you do that. Just takes a few minutes. It's heavy. I mean, you're both strong, but 400 pounds is a lot to carry.
We should stick it in the doorway.
There you go. Yeah. Okay, so you do that. You come back. You go to grab the eastern chest, and it is attached to the ground.
Oh,
Hey, can I smash this one?
well,
Or should I?
I have reservations about this. It's some reason they don't want it moved. I'm afraid if you smash it, it's going to cause all type of havoc.
How about if we pry it open? If we
Do you
jam
have
a
a-
couple of spears in there.
Yeah, do you have a pry bar? If not, maybe if Revna has one, you could borrow hers.
I do.
Okay, yeah, test of strength. You can pry it open.
Yeah, I hand it to Buka.
Oh, dang it.
Did you?
Wow, and you're probably the strongest one there, right? So if you can't do it, I'm gonna say that it just isn't. Yeah, it's a hell of a lock.
From here on, we're flipping the numbers, and it's roll high.
Yeah.
You're gonna get into combat and start rolling ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, you this lock is like you've never experienced a lock like that. Like it probably must be like double, metal on both sides. So yeah, you think short of like breaking the chest open, you're not gonna be able to get into it.
Maybe we should just be happy with what we have and go open up the one we have.
I'm
Always
thinking
the-
what's under this. I'm thinking this is like just a door.
I
You think it's a
mean,
door?
Yeah. I'm not thinking
There's-
this is a chest. I'm thinking this is a door.
There's some logic to that.
I mean, what a way to hide a door. Make it look like a chest.
That won't move. I mean,
Yeah.
who nails or this is a stone floor, is it not? I mean,
That is
how
correct.
the hell do you even? How do they even stick this to the stone floor?
Gorilla glue.
Man, no.
I guess maybe in this world it'd be four-armed ape glue, but still, I think
That white ape glue.
Just more impressed about the fact that you didn't even have to think about it. You were just like, bam, really glue.
Or maybe if
But,
we go and open up the other chest, maybe there's something in there that will alleviate this one open or something.
Yeah.
always a wise one, Brickhild. I agree.
Okay. This, by the way, is turn 5 since you've lit your spell crystal, so it only has one more after this.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. You which is both spells actually, you didn't roll one more after that. So you go out there, and of course that one you can pry open pretty easily. Well, I mean, I should just make you roll again just because it's funny, but I won't. With
gonna
the pry
do it.
bar, you
Just to prove
Okay.
to you.
okay?
There you go.
I told you that one opens up easy. Yeah, this pry bar, it pops right off. You know, and from the outside, the locks looked identical, but this one is just ridiculous how easy it is. Maybe you put more effort into it because of that. And you flip open the
Revan's like,
top, it is
"This is
full of gold. It's loaded with gold, and there's some bloodstones, gems on top, 9 of them.
Ooh. Revenant's
So not-
just like looks at Buka and goes, "This is why I don't carry booze." Pry
Yep.
bar. He's just like, whatever.
Bar.
Nesta, maybe you should put those bloodstone gems with the other ones you have and hold on to them.
I can do that. Absolutely. Bloodstone.
I guess this gold, if we take it out of here, we'll have to put it in sacks and stuff.
Yeah. Well, we can always come. Oh, I don't know. We really
Yeah, I mean, you
can't
can-
come back for it because this is a limited time only type of.
I mean, you can
place.
close the chest, and you do have your dog sleds outside, so
That's true.
you can take the chest with you. This one, the other one's bolted to the ground, but this one you can actually
Right.
carry.
But if we dig around in it, we don't find anything hidden in the coins anywhere.
No, you maybe scoop them out, or you dump it on the ground and look, and then you can put it back in the chest. There's a couple thousand gold pieces in here, and those gems, but nothing else. It's otherwise empty.
Just quick question. They're Hyperborean gold. They have like, what's the etchings on them? Or the
Oh, yes. They are crazy old Hyperborean gold, right? When you look at the etchings on them, they are 100% ancient.
These are
Be
worth.
more than these could be worth more than their weight in gold.
That's what I was thinking, Revna. I think it's a good idea to try to take this, even as heavy as it is. At least some of it.
Well, I have a very uneasy feeling about that other chest. If we break it or something just does not settle right. What about you, Rowan Seach? How do you feel?
Yeah, maybe we should be happy with what we have here. Couple
I'm
thousand
fine with
gold.
that.
We also still have that other door we could explore.
Exactly. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with leaving well enough. Alone.
Well, you know what they say. Doesn't extra gold is great, but if you're not alive to spend it, then what good does it do for you?
Exactly. And we do love to carouse. Well, Brighild and I do.
I don't think I've really had the opportunity yet, to be honest.
Well, when we
Don't
get
worry, we'll
back
get
to
you
the marriage ceremony of Buka and the other Brighild, we can party there.
That's right.
It's true.
All right. Yeah, I say we keep this and then go look at the other door. That's my suggestion.
Okay.
I'm sure if we just wedge a couple of spear tips in there, we can get that other chest open. It won't take that much.
Yeah. Remember when you popped the bubble and the giant gibbering slime thing fell out of it?
Yeah, we
Yes.
handled that.
You
On
just
my
sit there.
spear.
You just sit there and look pretty. No more ideas from you.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean the chests are teak. You could pretty easily smash the through the top of it without breaking the lock. So just so that's what he's saying is not untrue. But in any case, your spell has gone out now. It's been an hour, Crystal. So I guess the lantern is pretty much your light source at this point, unless you want to fire something else up. And you guys enter back into the hallway. I'm sorry, Road Siege. You enter back into the hallway and head to the west, down to that set of doors, which again is you seem to have set this arcane symbol in a strange position where if you were to open the door, it's going to cross you got the feeling with the other one that basically these symbols were over the seam of the door. When you moved them the right way, it left a crack in the center and the thing opened. Now you've jammed them, so they're blocking the door. So while you certainly could open the door, you'll be breaking the symbols. So that's why Talos had recommended if you want him to cast a Dispel Magic, he could. Or you want to risk just opening it, it really is up to you guys.
Well, it's always been my firm belief, for what it's worth to everyone else, that a wizard should be in charge of his own magic. So if he thinks it's a good idea to use it now, then I'm not sure that I can argue with him.
Yeah, I mean, Talos says, well, I've traveled with way too many adventurers who died with magic potions and scrolls in their bags that they could have used. Better to use it now and live. And then he kind of looks at the door and he'll cast a spell magic on it. And when he does, the symbols actually, and they go in the position that they did on the other door, and it cracks open.
Ooh. And there you have it.
And then he steps back and holds the lantern for you, because he's a wizard in robes with no weapons or anything.
Yes.
So he's certainly not going to walk through first.
I
When this pops open, you get just a tiny bit of light actually coming from the room upon just a little crack.
Oh. So I poked my head in then.
Okay. Yeah, you push it open. You can actually, I mean, you have the infravision anyways, but this room has a very kind of a dim light, almost like candlelight in here, that you can see. And in the center of the room, there is a pool. Let us see. The ceiling of this room vaults to a height of 20 feet. Sunken into the center of the floor is an artificial pool, 20 feet in diameter and 3 feet deep. Edging the pool are wide tiles inscribed with runes of death and damnation. Yeah, you probably just recognize them because it just pretty much says it. A pale blue light shimmers in the silvery water, in which valuable jewels can be glimpsed. So the pool seems to have some jewels in the bottom of it.
There you go, Booker. You can take your spear tip and play all you want in the pool.
Just do me a favor, dear. Don't stick your hand in there, because there's markings on the pool of death and damnation.
Okay. Just the spear tip only.
Well, we just don't want you to get hurt.
Okay. There
But
we
if
go.
your spear tip doesn't dissolve, then maybe you could put your hand in there.
Yeah,
Spear
you can.
tip in.
Yeah, you walk up to it and you take your spear and you kind of poke it into the water. I mean, they're gems, so you can't really scoop them up with a spear. So you kind of hit like a gem and it kind of slides across the floor of the pool. And the water kind of ripples and it seems like there's other, other sparkly areas down. It's kind of hard to get. The water strangely has like, it's got this glow about it. It's kind of moving. It's hard to really see exactly what's under it, except that you can see that they're kind of in the shade. They're basically like gems.
Okay,
Do you not have a fishing net, Booker?
a fishing net. Yeah, because all Vikings are fishermen.
Yes.
I will just take the tip of my pinky and stick it in the water.
Okay.
Before you do that, I just want to remind everyone that there's a bunch of undead soldiers outside, and this pool has markings of death and damnation. And then there's a bunch of gems in the bottom of it. So I just want to point that out. Just going to watch the door if you're going to play in the pool of death and damnation.
She leans over to Rowan and goes, "He knows, darling. He just doesn't care."
Did you want to close the door? Or are you just going to guard it?
I'm going to guard it. I'm going to make
Okay.
sure the undead things don't come to life.
Maybe you should go up to the corner there, Rowan Seach, where you can see better and keep an eye from there.
I mean, just so it's clear, if she went to the corner, she would be basically in the group. They go all the ways in the whole hallway. So if she walks up to that corner, and then let's say, for instance, if they did come to life, she would be surrounded by undead on all sides of her. And I'm not saying that's not what you're suggesting. They go all the ways down the hallway. Yeah.
Oh, they're even like right here too. Like.
Oh,
right
yeah.
here? Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
I thought they were just like in the main hallway up
No,
there.
yeah, I realized I didn't restate that they were there once you went around the corner, but yeah, that's why I figured. That's what I figured you meant. I didn't think you were sending her for.
Not knowing,
To her
not
death.
knowing, not knowing exactly where Rowan Seach is going to go, she'll give her her cape or robes or whatever a little tug as she gets to the door, and she's like, "I think we should guard at the door."
Yeah,
Just
that's what
in
I was thinking too. Yeah, I
Okay.
definitely don't want to walk into the middle of the soldiers.
She just looks at you, sitting there shaking her head like, "No."
So you're saying I shouldn't stick my finger in this?
I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying I wouldn't.
Okay. I stick my pinky in.
Mhm.
Okay, it's cool. Not cold like the air outside, but it's cool. Like almost like a refreshing spring. Like as far as the temperature of it. You stick your finger in for a second. Maybe you dunk it and wait. Nothing. You dunk it again. Just hold it there for a few seconds. It seems to be fine. Nothing strange or terrible happens to you, or good for that matter. It just nothing.
Turns out to
Anything
be,
come alive yet?
Nope.
oh, still dead.
Not yet.
Yeah, I mean Helene's there as well. I should probably point that out. And she's also going to stand at the door with her holy symbol ready, just in case. So you guys are. I mean, she's there to turn undead if need be.
Okay, now this might be really stupid, but part of me says I should get naked once.
Wait, what?
I should get naked and just hop in once.
Let me go up to the door and help Rowan Siege first.
I mean, it can't be that bad, right?
Good luck if we hear you scream.
If you want to, I guess you can.
I mean, it's just a pool.
Well,
Why?
look at it this way: either you're going to die horribly,
No.
or
Why would I
Worst-
die horribly?
worst case, you're going to die horribly. Second worst case, or best case, you're going to find a whole bunch of treasure at the bottom, and somewhere in the middle of that, you're going to get a nice, refreshing bath.
Exactly. Oh, what did you say this was? This was the pool of what? Death and damnation?
Death and damnation.
Death and damnation.
Death and damnation.
And
What
I
could be
think
worse?
Well, I think you've already under the spell of damnation already, so I guess it awaits death for you.
Honestly,
Well-
they could have just put that in there so that nobody would touch it. It doesn't have to mean it's going to kill you.
This is true.
Exactly.
Well, Booker, do this at least. That we put a rope around you and we'll stand at the doorway. And if you scream out, we'll pull you out.
So you can
Yeah.
haul my bones out? Is that what you're gonna do?
Well, hopefully there'll be some of you left before you get to complete bones.
Okay, I'll start peeling off my clothes.
Oh,
Hell, with his luck, it'll end up being a pool of rejuvenation.
What I'm hoping for.
It happened to me in that one chamber in the Migo thing. So it could be.
Get my beard back.
She's like, wait, did you have to get naked too?
No, I didn't get naked. No.
Oh, I was about to say.
I like getting naked.
Yeah, nobody has to get naked. That's more of like a voluntary thing.
She just got naked. I was like, well, I joined this group just a little bit too late, apparently.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you probably don't want to get your clothes wet because it is negative 50 degrees outside if you decide to leave. So,
No,
yes,
yeah.
you strip down and step into the pool. That's what you're doing.
Yep.
Just Revna being a turd.
Oh, yeah. You step into the pool. It's cool, like I said, but not uncomfortably so. And I guess you're going to sit down, like bathe in it, basically. And you
Yeah.
plop in. It's fairly deep. It's about 3 feet deep. So So it probably goes up, maybe up almost to your shoulders, about how tall you are. And you kind of, as you're kind of sitting down, you feel something in your hand. Roll a d10.
D10. 8.
It feels like a knife or a dagger sitting at the bottom of the pool.
Okay.
So if you want to pull it out, or
I'll pull it out.
yeah, you lift it up out of the water. It is an incredibly finely crafted dagger in absolute perfect condition. It is engraved with arcane writing and feels incredibly light and balanced to the touch.
Wow. I start feeling
Roll a
around
d6
some
for me.
more.
Roll a d6 for me. It's not gonna be that easy.
3.
Okay. All right. No. No. Just kidding. Yeah. So you feel around some more. Yeah. Roll a d10.
6.
Nice. Yeah. You're like you put your hand back down. You're like, that's weird. Like inches from where you found the other thing, you feel what feels like a bar, like a pretty big and chunky bar, and it feels you kind of touch it and it feels pretty heavy. And if you were to lift it up out of the water, it is a solid gold bar.
I'm going to start setting this stuff on the side of the pool.
Okay, so you all see that anybody who's looking, I guess, sees that he's pulling various items from the pool. Roll a d6
Thanks.
for me.
Are they dead yet? Are they still dead?
They have not moved yet. Yeah. Roll a d6 for me. 3. Okay. Yeah. No. So you put those two things down and you start fishing around some more. Roll another d10.
10.
10. You feel like kind of a smallish gem in your hand. You lift it up and it's a piece of lapis lazuli. Doesn't look that valuable, but especially compared to the fact that you just pulled out a bar of gold.
Yeah.
Nothing else is going to look that valuable, I don't think.
Why is
Yeah,
he
what's that?
giggling so hard, Rowan Seach? He's acting like a child.
Roll one more d6 for me.
Man, they get
A 4.
excited
Right.
in the bathtub.
Yeah. No, that's it. So far, you pulled all that stuff out. You want to keep reaching around in there?
Sure. One more time.
D10.
What's the worst that could happen?
Famous last words, right? Oh, okay. Roll again. You already got an 8. And you already
10.
got 10. Wait, you re-rolled the same thing. Sorry, roll something else.
8. 8.
One more time. 7. There you go. You find a chunk of amber.
Ooh.
This one's not completely invaluable, probably about 100 gold pieces. The lapis
Does it have
lazuli is pretty
Does
cheap.
it have a mosquito in it?
It does. A really, really old one from pre-Hyperborean Green Death. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm rich. I'm wealthy.
I'm independently
That's-
well off.
That mosquito will have the green death in it. That's what's going to happen, right? You're going to release it. Go ahead and roll a d6 for me one more time.
Oh, yeah. This is when
Yes.
the one pops.
Where'd all these
Goodbye.
Hyperboreans
Wow.
come from?
Nope.
And why are they eating everyone?
Exactly.
I'm going to climb out
no.
of the pool now.
Yeah, you climb out of the pool, wet and satisfied, with clearly what is a magical dagger, a bar of gold, a small piece of lapis, and a chunk of amber. Not a bad little haul for the berserker.
Hey guys, look at me. Look at what I got.
Wow, Buka.
Not too bad for
I just look at-
damnation and death.
I look at everybody and go, I told you.
Well, as it were, I think we should maybe get out of here while our luck is good.
Well, Buka, since you've cleansed your body, you could always go down to the other side of the hallway and roll around in those flowers and fragrances, and you'd really smell well then.
Well, I'm all for getting that chest open now.
No,
I'm feeling my luck. It's this is good. I'm on a roll.
Literally.
Yeah, insofar as where you've been exploring, you don't recall seeing any other doors.
No, that's what I was just thinking myself. It's like, I'm thinking, and I kind of speak out loud. She's like, we've been once again, we've been everywhere we can go, and there's no exits. So I'm starting to think that maybe the bottom of that chest, as much as I hate to admit it,
Telling you, this whole place is all lies and illusions.
Well, Revna, you've not completely checked this room. What if there's some passageway in this pool room that you have not discovered?
that is a good point. And I commence to checking the room.
Oh, you can check this room. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. As you're checking around, you see that the mural on the would be the west wall does. And again, I was pointed out earlier that you've been checking things. This place is completely This place is completely free of any kind of crack. It's like perfectly plastered. But you actually see what appears to be. It was pretty well hidden because it's kind of this like a painting of these odd shapes, and actually at where the colors connect, you actually see a shape. So it looks like it could be a door, but it's not like your typical rectangle. It's kind of an odd shape. But yeah, there seems like there could be some kind of secret passage here. You feel like if you were to apply some pressure on it, it might either push in or something.
I'm going to use my trusty crowbar.
Okay.
Stick it in that crack and see if I can get some of the wall to give way.
Yeah, definitely. You put it in a little bit, and the plaster chips right away, and you can get a good a place on it. You want to try to pull it open?
Yeah, I kind of tell everybody in the room. I say, "Well, hold on a minute," and then I start like digging away at the crack to try and open it up big enough to be able to stick in my head in there and look through.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me d12.
D12. Godly.
Okay, yeah. So you do that. You're chipping away, and you're trying to figure it, and you don't really notice that like the little bit of behind the first layer of plaster, there was like an etched into the the door behind it, an arcane symbol, and you chip away just a little bit too much, and it actually flares up, and you're gonna have to make an avoidance saving throw.
Okay.
As a small jet of violet flame shoots out at you.
Avoidance. Oh, good. I get a bonus on that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say you probably did 'cause you're a thief.
Woohoo.
Type.
Avoidance. Here we go.
Okay. Oh wow, nice. Yeah, so you leap out of the way. It still singes you a little bit. You're gonna take 6 points of damage as this violet flame just rips out across, and then all where you were digging out, all the wall kind of like smokes and turns to ash and falls to the ground, and it reveals a passageway beyond. It looks like.
She turns around and looks at everybody and goes, "Ow! I got in too much of a hurry."
Yep. And it looks like it goes down and goes around the corner. This passageway is just stark white plastered. It's relatively low, like being only about 10 feet, so like kind of normal height for a dungeon, but in this place it's just kind of a low ceiling. And it's just like a white hallway. You don't see dust, footprints, nothing. It looks absolutely perfectly clean in front of you.
Whoops. Wrong character. Hold on. Let me check something real fast. My positions. Box, torches. Okay, I'm gonna light a torch since I don't have my you said my infrared vision or whatever is gone.
Well, no, it's not gone.
I thought you said it.
No,
was
yours is
over.
good for like 9 hours. No, that was crystal spell.
Never
No, it's just that
mind.
you can't. The thing with infrared vision is if you're looking at a wall and there's writing on it or something, you won't be able to see it because it's.
Yeah, I could have swore I thought I saw Tony's note that I still had it, but I could have swore I thought you said it was over. But okay, cool.
No, that was crystal spell.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, you should still have it till the last 9 hours total, I think Tony said, right? So you still have like about 7 hours left on it.
Oh, good. Well, then I'm going to creep up to the corner and peek around it.
Okay. Yep. You see hallway goes down, and that seems to go around the corner again. Again, stark white, no decoration, plain.
I look back to see if everyone else is coming through, and I tell them, I just kind of use hand motions to say that it goes this way.
Yes, I say continue.
Mhm.
Okay, just didn't want to go
Okay.
like and be alone, so I start making my way down the hallway.
Okay, you get to
So
the
the
corner and
next-
you see, yeah, once again, you come down, stark white hallway, beautiful polished brass door. And again, you can't, if there is writing on it, you can't see it, but otherwise it just looks like it's a door, just like you've seen.
I go ahead and motion everybody down to the next corner, and then I go start inspecting the door while they make their way down.
Okay. Yeah, you get down there and you do your searches, your listening and all that. Yeah, it doesn't appear to be any kind of a trap on the store. No tripwires, no pits in front of it, nothing going to fall down from the ceiling, no holes in the wall. The door itself does not appear to be locked. It just, well, like most of the other ones you've seen, you could just turn the handle and open it. And when you listen, you hear nothing on the other side. It's absolutely quiet.
All right. So I'll wait till they get to the corner, and then I'll open the door and peek inside.
Okay. I was going to reveal the whole room because I don't think it's really anything that you'll eventually see it. It's basically a north to south 30 foot, east to west 40-foot chamber. Your door is on the center of the west wall. Directly across from the door, so 40 feet away, is a statue. Flanking the statue on either side, so to the north of and to the south of the statue are bronze doors like you've seen. Okay, so life-size bronze statue of a voluptuous naked woman with her hand resting on the head of a ferocious-looking saber-toothed tiger. Okay, this provocative figure is flanked by two identical brass doors. Yeah, there you go. There's no picture of this one. Sorry. So yeah, imagine, some kind of Frazetta painting. Voluptuous woman with saber-tooth tiger.
Yes.
Hmm.
Well, I will make my way in and immediately go and check out the statue
Okay.
to see if there's anything noticeable about it.
The statue itself is, again, it's incredibly lifelike and it is life-sized. I don't know if you've ever seen a saber-tooth tiger in person, but you've certainly seen people, and the detail is just striking. But how well this is, crafted of this beautiful lady. It does look like it could be pretty valuable, although probably amazingly heavy to carry out of here, being that it's life-size and seems to be solid metal. It's not like it's not hollow or anything. So.
Yeah.
Um,
Revna makes a comment about saying, this was carved by an absolute master. And looks at it, like she'd really like to have this statue, but then she starts moving to go look at the doors.
Panesta, do you recognize this from any of the stories or tales you've heard about anything about some woman with her pet like this?
Possible. Can I check it, Daniel?
Yeah, 2 and 6 chance you might have heard something.
2 and 6. Okay. Nope, I rolled a 1.
Uh-huh. You have actually the closest thing that you can think of that you've heard that would be that old, that would suit this time period, assuming that this is as old as they think, is not so much of a lady with a tiger, but of a vicious, pretty evil Hyperborean woman who had the torso of a woman, but the body of a tiger. That's the only thing you can think of that would be similar, and she was said to be quite evil.
Okay. Well, Brig, I don't know about this particular painting. There are some legends of a woman with a woman's torso and body of a tiger, but that's all I've heard in relation to this. And she was very evil, so
Well, we should be definitely on our best watch then if it's something that's giving to her, and what's behind these doors. It may be something very bad.
I mean, seeing a tiger centaur woman thing would be pretty cool, but not if she's evil. I mean, so. But it'd make a great story. But yes, let's be careful.
Let's be like Tony the Tiger, except spelled with an I.
Huh. Just be careful, Revna, as you observe these doors in case there is something related to what Vanessa just told us.
Being as careful as I can be. Certainly not gonna set anything off on purpose. But she checks the north door first, then the south door before she opens any of them.
Okay. Okay. You check the doors to the north and to the south. They seem pretty much like every other door you've encountered here. It's very, very quiet behind the doors, like no sound at all. There doesn't seem to be any kind of lock on it. There doesn't seem to be any, means that it would be trapped, at least not from the side that you're on. So yeah, they both seem about equal to whatever you've been dealing with so far, both north and south equally.
Okay, so she, standing at the statue, she looks at the group and she goes, left or right?
Well, I say Buka, let him select which one. It seems he had such good luck at the pool earlier. Maybe he can continue the luck.
Yeah, you guys told me you didn't want my opinion anymore.
Yeah, and then we sat there and let you jump in the pool. So I think we're even, Steven.
I'll go right
Right.
because
So
I'm
south.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, the south, that would be the south door.
Okay. You push open the south door, pull it open actually in this case, and as you start to open it, like it actually flies open as something huge jumps forward, a massive cat with teeth that are long, and it's basically a saber tooth. You probably all recognize what it is since you just saw a statue of it. Jump into the room and it growls and looks around, and then it stares directly at Buka and walks up to him and like lowers its head in front of him and starts kind of rubbing its head against his knee.
Wow.
And I pat him on the head.
Yeah. It purrs.
Oh, I give him a big hug.
All right, so you're on the ground hugging this thing. It around its neck on a leather strap is a bronze key.
Oh, I'll take the key.
Yeah, it lets you take it.
I'll fish into my pocket and see if I have some jerky there, and I'll offer it to him.
Okay, yeah, it definitely eats it, and yeah, I mean that. Fortunately, you have the proper kind of character class. So the saber-toothed tiger is now a tame animal companion to you.
Nice.
Get the hell
You may
out.
add a saber-toothed tiger to you. It is Buka's day. Holy cow.
Having almost shat herself, she then looks at the rest of the party and goes, what in the actual F? Like that.
Yeah, this is one moment that Brickyard is standing there with her mouth wide open, not knowing what to say.
Yeah.
See, I told you I was right. And I just buried my head into the side of this tiger. See,
Wow.
Archer
Pretty
just loved
amazing,
me.
Buka.
Look at him. He's just a big pussy cat.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a big pussycat.
Maybe you can take him to that other room. Maybe he is strong enough to pull that chest.
Oh, I wouldn't make him do that. Look at him. He's beautiful. This isn't a working animal.
Well, if you will, play with your little kitty cat and let us see what's behind the door, if there's anything else.
Like on your character sheet in the part that's like bio and info, I'm just going to put the stats for the Sabretooth so you have it.
Okay.
I'll save it there now. So if you, I mean, I have it as well, but it was just sitting there if you need it. Okay, that's the stats for the Sabretooth. Okay,
Nice.
sorry, what would you guys want to do? That worked out really, really well. Wow, okay. Sorry, what were you doing now?
Is there anything behind in the room behind where the cat come from, or?
No, and strangely, it's like literally absolutely empty. Like it seems impossible that this cat could have lived in this room. It's barely big enough to hold it, and there's no droppings, there's no hair, there's no food in here. It's like absolutely clean and empty.
Yeah, Brickyard, noting that, will turn to look towards Rowan Seach and Panesta first and go, well, maybe whatever Buka did in the pool, maybe has brought good luck upon himself and the rest of us. Well, let's open the other door. Buka, do you want to try to open the other door and see if you find a beautiful woman awaiting you?
What? I thought you said she was evil.
Well, she may not be to you.
You know, I feel like I'm pushing my luck at this point. I mean, look at this. We got this beautiful creature. I have all this gems and gold. I think it's your turn, Brighild.
Oh, so now at this point, you just want to leave, don't you?
No, I'm just, well, okay. I mean, I'll do it. But why don't you stand in front of the door and whatever leaps out could leap out for you.
Well,
I
I don't need a pussycat.
I would hate to claim everything. I mean, I don't need a whole herd of animals following me around.
Well, you open the door and I'll stand there.
Okay. I will open the door.
Okay. You just guys stand in front of the door, Briggle? Anything,
Yep.
any way in particular? Okay. The door flies open, and much like before, it comes whipping open, and leaping from the door is a tiger-bodied woman, who everybody can make a roll for initiative at this point. As it leaps forward violently and attacks.
Tiger body woman.
I don't even know what to say at this point.
Mike is
I feel
the
like I'm
luckiest
pushing
person.
my luck. No, go ahead and do it. All right, I'll do it. Raw!
I mean, Buka's literally on the ground at this
All right. So yeah, okay. So I mean, you see it jumps through it. I'm gonna say you guys were ready, so it's not gonna surprise you. So what we'll do is let's have everybody state what they plan on doing. This thing's leaping into the room. It's clearly violent and looking to attack. Looks ravenous. So Rowan Siege, what's your plan?
Well,
Okay. How's about Brickhild?
And I say, would she had time to have her spear charged, like set for, being
Yeah.
ready like that? Yeah.
Yep.
So
you can.
she's going to have her spear set for it to fall onto it, hopefully.
Yeah, I assume you're all ready. I mean, I know that we were kind of joking out of game, but obviously your characters are trained adventurers. They wouldn't open the door just standing there with their pants down, so to speak. Panesta, what's your plan?
Missile.
Okay. Revna?
Same.
Okay. How about Buka?
melee.
Okay. Helene's gonna melee with the hammer, and I guess Talos is actually just gonna hang back for now. He hasn't got all kind of good spells like you guys have, like combat spells. He has more useful. He has more utility spells, as they say. So he'll hang back for now. Okay. So since you're probably going to be the one getting targeted there, Tony, roll for initiative for the group. Oh God, I got a 6.
I had a 6 also.
Oh, what's your dex?
I believe it's 12. Let me look. Yep, 12.
Okay. Its dex is 14. Right? It's going to go first. It's leaping out at you. It doesn't really have any kind of leap attack, really, so it's just doing it's just attacking you. But it does have 3 attacks, though. 2 claws and a bite, I guess is what that is. Okay, so what's your AC?
4.
Okay, so it needs a 7 to hit you. Here we go. Claw. Hits. Claw. Oh my god, crit. And but however, though, you have a spear, so you actually get to go first, so I should remember that. So even though she won initiative because she's leaping at you, you go first because you have a spear charge set, right? So you can actually make your attack first. It's probably not going to kill her, but
I rolled a 2, so there's no way I got her.
no, definitely not. Okay, so actually they're not claws because she's a woman. She's got actually daggers in her hands. I forgot about this. So she leaps with the dagger, and then she bites you. So the second dagger is a crit. So I'm going to roll a d6 for that. For that, I got a 2. Monster 2 is plus 2 damage. Okay, so now let me just go through this. All right, so the first dagger does 4 points. Second dagger does 2 plus 2, so 4 more points, so 8. And remember, if you have a damage reduction, it does it to each attack individually. That's why I'm saying them individually.
All right.
So 4, and then 1. And you do have damage reduction, right? Because you're wearing.
Yep.
Okay, so that last one actually didn't damage you, which means that it did not bite you, so you don't need to make a death saving throw because it didn't actually get through your armor. Okay, that's good. So it leaps out and attacks Brighild, who already made the one attack anyways with the spear. And then we're going to go through the process here. It goes melee, so we got spell. Brighild already went. Prince is doing a bow. Revna is doing missile, and Buka is doing melee, right?
Yep.
Okay, so go ahead, Buka. Her armor class is 3.
Armor class 3.
Yeah.
Choppy.
Oh my god. Wow.
Oh,
Wow. That is a heck of a thing. -9 and then -10 armor classes, and they're not even crits.
Buka is my new all-time hero.
Wow, oh yeah, 19 on that one. I just missed it. Okay, so that's 20 points of damage. You are using a magic weapon, right?
Yes. I
Okay.
love this new hand axe I found.
All right, 20 points of damage. All right, so that does, wow, okay, that cuts deeply into her, and she kind of looks around like oh crap. But, she's in the thick of it now. So then we drop into missiles. So, Panesta,
Okay, my boomerang.
go for it.
Okay. Going for it. Oh, not with a 2 on the dice.
Okay, nope, boomerang flies wild in the air. Next we go to Revna, also a missile weapon.
Yes, I am laser crossbowing this biatch.
Nice.
Nice.
All right.
Shoot it.
So here we go.
That hits. Ooh, that hits. Ooh, that also hits. Wow.
Holy cow.
Jeez.
Wow.
So that's 20. That's 30 points of damage. All right. Well, there you go. Yeah. So, like Chewbacca, you shoot this thing with your laser 3 times. Oh, I forgot to do Helene, who's also a melee attack. So hold on, she gets to attack with her club before you get to throw your spell.
That's 50 points
Sorry.
total.
Yeah, and she just rolled a 16, which she's her. What's her fighting ability? Is 4. So fighting ability 4, she rolls 16, so she hits armor class 0, so she hits. And her club does, not club, but a great hammer does 2d6 plus 2. So let's roll her damage. 6 plus 2 is 8, and that actually kills it. Wow, okay. So this thing leaps out, stabs into Brighild. The dagger's clinking off the armor, bites, can't get through the armor, kind of staggers back, and then it's just... I can imagine, the barbarian or berserkers chops deeply into it with the axe as a laser crossbow. And then finally this giant maul from the cleric comes up and just... And Roadseat just like, abracadabra... Did you want to continue to cast your spell, Chris?
No, I'll cancel.
Okay.
I blow the smoke.
Do I lose it? Do
No,
I
no.
lose it? Okay.
No, definitely not. No.
I blow the smoke off the tip of my laser crossbow and then high five Buka and Helene.
Wow.
Brickhild spits blood up, and she just looks at Buka and gives him a straight go to hell look.
That'll learn you, Briggy.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
How are you very hurt, Brigfield?
I think we've
Oh
learned
no.
Okay.
that.
I'm
Boot-
glad that your kitty cat is okay.
I think that we should volunteer Buka to make all the decisions from now on.
Wow. That was nuts. Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
this room, by the way, as well, looks exactly the same. Completely empty, doesn't show any signs anything's been in here ever. It's just an empty 10 by 10 foot square room.
Let's see. Let me get back.
Do those daggers look
Yep.
fine or normal or what?
Yeah, hold on, let me just quickly look up they're not, let me just make sure. Loose fitting gossamer gowns. Oh, okay, this is an interesting one. Curved daggers of exceptional quality, forged of diamond hard glass. Wow, okay. So yeah, they're probably valuable. I mean, they only do a D4, so and they're also just give you like, if you use them, you're just cool. But they're not magical in that sense. But sure, they're valuable as like artifacts essentially. And you would, I guess, Halim would definitely know this as well, and possibly Prenesta. Yeah, the religious types that she would tell you that this is definitely beyond even undead. This is closer to a demon.
Revna, while we're here, do you think maybe you should search around that statue and maybe there's some hidden compartment or something under that statue, or maybe Buka's stairwell going down?
Well, I already searched around the statue once. I wasn't able to find anything. I can possibly look again.
Yeah, I mean, you search the statue itself. You want to look around like underneath it to see if there's any kind of like trapdoor or whatever. That's what you're looking for.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to give
No.
the statue a full one over.
Yeah, you're pretty sure that the statue is. I mean, you can actually move it. It's pretty heavy, but between the group of you, once you check it, you see it's definitely clear of any kind of traps or whatever. You can literally move it to see if there's a pass through underneath it, and there's not. It's nothing.
Okay. She just kind of looks and says, "No, it's still looking like the bottom of that chest is going to be the only possible way we can go any further." So,
Well, before we move any further, Buka, we need to know what name will you give your pet?
I don't know. What should I call it? not good
Maybe
at this.
Lucky.
Lucky? Lucky?
Well, it seems like the luck has been with you today.
Okay. I could call it Lucky.
Lucky.
I don't know. We'll see if the cat likes it.
Yeah, roll D20.
Right, make a reaction roll. The cat gets mad and scratches you. Yeah, I mean, it's going to take time for it to get kind of used to you, but it definitely has taken to you as, maybe smelt the blood on you or something of the warrior type. So yeah, it definitely, I mean, it's not like trained, but it will certainly, like it would have, if you had been attacked, it would have got evolved for sure. But it's not going to just like charge into battle all the time unless it needs to. We'll kind of play that by ear, at least at first. You have it for a while, it'll get more more likely. Right now, it's more friendly than it is protective. Let's say that.
Before we leave, I would like to use my last produced flame to set that body on fire.
Well, wait a minute. Can I, if I butcher this thing, do you think the meat will hurt the tiger?
Revna just kind of looks at you and goes, "Yeah,
Helene,
but why?"
well, I mean, it's
Yeah.
gotta eat, right? You want me to feed you it? I mean, I could feed you to it, but
I mean, you would imagine that I mean, you could try. Usually an animal like a tiger would probably know if it'd be able to eat it, so you cut a piece off, if it eats it, it probably can, you know.
I'll open it up and cut out like the liver and throw it
Okay.
at him, see if he eats it.
Yeah, it sniffs it a little bit and then kind of like knocks it across the room.
Okay.
Yeah.
I scruff his head a little bit. Go, sorry, bud.
Well, that was disgusting.
All the entrails are just spread out across.
I'm still gonna burn this body.
That's
Okay,
fine.
you're
I'm
gonna-
sure you've seen worse.
You just were clean from getting in that pool. Now your arms are all covered in demon, cat, woman blood. That's all right. That's the life of a warrior. Yeah, so you burn it up. You could do that. So you burn it up. It alights in like a sickly smelling and burns way faster than it should, considering how wet it is. As do evil things.
Well, good job, everybody.
Nice. Just a little inter thing here. I figure we'll go for like another half an hour. So, do you guys okay with not taking a break, or do you want to take a quick 5 and then come back?
If we're only gonna
Oh,
go
I'm-
for half an hour, I say just go through it.
Yeah, I'm good for another 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Speak now or ever hold your bathroom break. All right. So, so yeah, you burn the body up. It take whatever that takes a turn, and I guess you searched this room pretty thoroughly, not feeling like there's any other means to get out of it. I mean, everybody has a chance to roll for secret doors and stuff, and I rolled for everybody, assuming you guys were checking around while you're doing it, and you don't find anything in this room. Doesn't seem like to be any other way out.
Nothing.
Okay. Yeah. So yes, you head into the back into the room, the pool room, which is still as you left it, kind of this pool with like flickering blue light. Back out into the hallway where the soldiers are still lined up in their desiccated forms, and make your way down to the room where the concubines are. By this time, because you've had that door open for a little while, the smell is a little bit less intense of the perfumes and stuff, but still has a pretty stinky. So, what is your plan?
Well, Revna kind of looks at everyone and said, as much as I hate to admit it, it seems like a closer look at that one chest it's either that or just leave the place completely. Because we've exhausted every door and every secret passage I could find.
Well, I agree, and I guess we'll just prepare. That's all we can do. How hurt are you, Brig? You okay?
Oh, I'll be okay. I'm just scratched up, but I'm okay for right now. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, is anybody hurt? Because Helene does have some spells if need be.
I think Brighild's the only one who got.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm down 6, but I don't know if that's enough to waste.
I mean,
Yeah.
a cure light is only a D8, so you want to do a cure light?
Sure.
It's better to be alive. Yeah, 6. You're back.
Sweet.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Helene looks at this as sarcophagi, not sarcophagi, could be potentially, problematic here. So, she's also preparing her holy symbol and such as you. What else does she have? Not much else. In her hammer, Talos, does he have anything that can help you here? Actually, he says if you want to try to break the lock off again, he does have a strengthen spell, which I didn't realize before. Let me just see what that does. I don't know if that will matter if you already have an 18 strength, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me just see if it does anything. Because sometimes with somebody who has 18 strength, it gives you like some kind of bonus, and sometimes it just doesn't work at all. Not used this spell before. I mean, I'm sure he has. He's a high level wizard, but I haven't. Enhances the brawn of a man. Fighter strength score is increased by 2d4 at a maximum of 18. Okay. If this spell is cast on one strength score is already 18, get an additional +1 bonus to attacks and his extraordinary feat strength. That's not really going to help you with this particular task. So, probably better off casting on somebody else actually at some point. Because like somebody like a fighter type like Breakhill you get 2d4 strength points if it get cast on
wow.
you. So yeah, so I don't think you have 18 strength. Everybody else is rogue or magician class. So yeah, he'll cast it on you if you want, or when you get into some kind of a combat that seems like you might need it. Otherwise, yeah, he does everything else is basically not anything that would be that helpful. So proceed.
Buka, maybe you should just tie Miss Kitty up to the chest and see if Miss Kitty can pull it.
I told you she's not a workhorse.
Just let him beat the chest up.
Well, I'm going to stand out here in the hallway while he does that and keep an eye on our guardians.
I'm
Okay.
gonna be with Breakhild.
Okay. Talos will also stare in the hallway because again he's not exactly fighter
What,
type.
you think if I beat this up, they're going to wake up? We've made enough noise to wake the dead. It hasn't happened.
Yeah, Helene will stand kind of like behind you with the hammer facing the sarcophagi. Where's Ravna and Vanessa?
I'm gonna stay in there with him just in case, half woman, half badger comes out or something.
I'll be with Helene. I'll help her watch the sarcophagi.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, Bricchio is going to look towards Rowan Seach and quietly go, "Can you believe this? A freaking saber-toothed tiger. Can you believe this?"
I literally can't even.
Can't even, exactly. Oh man. That's an unusual one. That's probably the only time you're ever going to get a free pet in one of my games. That's for sure. And the one you got is a saber-tooth tiger.
I think I'm going to call her Brighild.
Another Brighild.
Another one, yep.
Oh,
Three.
exactly
Now we have 3.
Oh wow.
Sure, she'll listen as well.
Wow.
Just don't try to pet me, big boy.
Oh, too funny. Okay, so yeah, let's do this. So you can smash. I mean, smashing a lock off is not that big of a deal. And you know, let's just have you roll a test of strength again, just to see if it takes more than one hit.
Gosh. Oh my god.
Yes, it does. So yeah, you hit it. Your hand axe kind of blocks off, and then you're like, and you smash it angrily, and you kind of smash into it, and it cracks the top. The top kind of collapses in a little bit, and you actually immediately see that this also has some gold in it. And as you do, you hear the smash. As I guess Revna would see this, and Panesta, as well as Helene, where the center sarcophagi, the actual lid of it, flies up into the air, 10 feet into the air, smashes on the ceiling, and comes raining down in bits of sandstone. And sitting up is a woman, desiccated, the tight skin desiccated to her. She's got, looks like probably very beautiful clothes on at some point, but they're completely tattered. And she's wearing an amazingly beautiful gold necklace.
Well, here's that death and damnation the pool warned us about.
So let's have everybody state their actions. Rowan seats, you hear this smash. Of course, it's behind you because you're looking on the hallway and you turn around and you see this woman sit up. What do you want to do?
She's gonna attempt a spell again.
Okay, fair enough. How about Breakhild?
I'm going to say if she hears this, she's going to be kind of caught off guard. So she's going to actually cast a spell too, because she's thinking it's just Buka and her raising hell.
Okay. Panesta?
Spell.
Ravna?
Revna's gonna just basically go, Helene, go time, and then she's gonna whip out her short bow.
Yeah, Helena's going to try to turn on dead. And Buka, you see this woman sit up. She does not look happy to be disturbed.
Melee.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Dickie, and roll initiative for the group.
Okay.
She got a 1. She's slow.
3.
I mean, she's just waking up. All right, you're going to go first. So melee actually happens first in this. So the only person meleeing is Buka, who charges at the poor woman sitting up after she's been woken up after all this time.
Yep.
Go ahead and make your attacks.
Oh.
Her armor class is 3.
Boom.
Nope.
Boom.
No. Oh, wow, okay. I guess
Yeah,
not
I
as
hate
easy.
attacking women even if they are
Yeah,
dead.
it's tough. Yeah, even if they are dead yet. Okay. Next goes missiles, which is Revna.
Okay. Karakashi.
Armor class is 3.
Okay. Where is my short bow? Wait a minute.
Do you not have a bow?
Oh, I guess no. I was just wondering. I guess because it's the laser crossbow, that's why it gets 3 attacks per round.
That is correct.
Okay.
The laser crossbow gets 3 attacks per round. Is that what you're using?
No, because I've only got 16 more shots,
Okay.
and I don't have any way to reload it. So I'm like,
Yeah,
Demon?
regular bow is
a little different.
Yeah, regular bow is going to give you,
It's gonna be 1 and 2.
3 every 2. Yeah, so
So
you get 1 shot first round. Nope.
I gotta miss.
Apparently, you guys don't like attacking women, as you said. Now spell casting is going to happen.
I liked it
I'm just
just
going
fine last time.
to. I'm going to try to do the turn on dead first because I'll forget otherwise. She only has a 1 in 12 chance, so if she rolls a 1 here, then she'll be able to turn this thing.
That's not good.
No. She holds up her holy symbol, and the creature seems to pause for a second, but then it continues to move, and Helene's like, use your weapons! I'm just going by proximity to the creature, so I'll let Panesta go next.
Okay, well, I'm going to pull out my hilt and cast the flame blade.
Okay. And then we'll go up into Rowan Siege.
Rowan Siege is going to cast fire webs, so it needs to make a sorcery saving throw, and its dex modifier applies.
Okay, and you can cast that. It doesn't have like a whole area that it's going to cover, right? Because
No.
Buka's
but
run up
if-
there. Okay.
But if she fails her saving throw, it will wrap her up for 3 turns.
Nice. Okay. I'm going to say that fails. I don't even have to look for that. Yep, she failed that save. Damage.
3d4, so
Okay.
8.
Nice.
And she is ensnared for 3 rounds.
That is fantastic. She can just take damage each round, right?
Yes.
Okay. So she took 8 points of damage. You can actually see the flesh is like flaking up and kind of burning a bit because, she's so dry.
Also, any flammable clothing or gear is destroyed by the flame.
Yeah, her clothes what was left of her, the clothes are burnt up. She's got a beautiful gold necklace on, which is not burning up though. And then finally Breakhild.
Yeah, I mean, Brickiel thinks it's Booker and they're just making a show of his strength and all that. But she actually turns and sees this creature raise up from it, and she grabs her spear even tighter as she sees Rowan Seach doing what she sees, and you just see her hands start turning a violet glow, and as her hands grip the spear real tight, and that's all. She's actually casting Chill Touch, but she's not able to use it right now.
Okay, gotta move it. Okay, so the creature is going to use their, well, they're really not doing anything. It's an innate ability. Anyone within 60 feet. So that should be all of you. Are going to need to make a sorcery save. If you are not, you will be paralyzed with fear, unless you have an immunity to it, which I think, do Berserker have immunity to that, or is that only when you're Berserking? Let's hope so, because otherwise you're paralyzed.
Yeah, only if I'm
pass.
berserking.
Okay. I'm going to
Passed
roll for
just barely.
Okay, so I'm going to roll for Helene. That should succeed for her. Yep, and I'm going to roll for Talos. Ooh, is that enough for him? It is. No, he gets against sorcery. Yeah, he gets +2. So yes, he also saves. Okay, so who did not succeed? Buka. How about Brighild?
Yeah, I passed right on the money.
Nice. Okay, so only Buka is frozen at this point. She can't go anywhere. Is she completely restricted from doing anything, or she just can't move? Like, could she like reach out with her arms and hit him because she's close, Crystal, or is she like completely bound up?
It says she's ensnared.
Okay, fine. She can't. I'm gonna say she can't do anything then. For 3 rounds. Okay.
Yeah, and it says the target is trapped for the spell's duration. Prone.
Okay. Prone. Okay, yeah. So she's not gonna be able to go anywhere. Okay. Yeah. So. That's really. Wow. Okay. This might be a quick fight if she can't get away. That was a good move. All right, I think that's everybody. She did her fear dealio. It did not work on most of you. So now you are next round. Run Siege, what would you like to do?
Spell.
Okay. Brickhild.
She's gonna move into melee with the spear now, but it's glowing.
Okay. Pernesta.
Did it with the flame blade.
Okay. Revna.
If a creature is ensnared like this and they can't move or whatever, am I able to maneuver behind them and get a backstab off, or does
I'm
it
going to
not
say
work?
that they know you. I'm going to say because of her position, you're not really going to be able to get behind her. Because she's literally
Okay.
just sat up from her carcass. So normally I would say yeah, but I think in this case she's kind of in a position where you can't really get behind her.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, so I'm just gonna stay missile then.
Okay. And she's treated as prone, so everybody's going to get her armor class is effectively 7 for the next few rounds.
Nice.
That spell is very, very good.
Nice.
Okay. Buka, unfortunately, you are paralyzed for 2d4 rounds, so you can roll that if you want. Just keep track of it so I don't have to bother. And Helene's going to hit it with the hammer, and Talos at this point still feels like you guys are doing all right, so he's going to kind of stand back for now. Okay, roll initiative, Resta. She got a 3.
Okay. Got a 6.
Okay, I'm just quickly checking to see what else she can do, because it doesn't seem like sight of a mummy. That already happened. Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. Okay, yeah, she's literally, it doesn't actually matter for the next 3 rounds. So this one and 2 more, she actually can't really do anything. So you guys are just going to get to do your deal. Melee would be Pernesta. Go for it.
Okay.
Her arm class is 7.
7. All right. And I got flame blade.
Yep.
So yeah,
Her
that'll
armor
hit.
class is 7. Okay.
Yep. I think it does something to undead. I haven't used it in a while.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Additional +2 damage bonus versus undead.
Nice.
So I roll 1d10 +4. So that's 10 points of damage. Flame rage.
Nice. Okay. You do notice that it doesn't seem to be as bright as it typically is. Like the flame is kind of not as strong, just like every other flame in here, but it definitely does cut into her. You can see that when you do, like the skin again is so dry, it's like flicking off like ash coming off. So it definitely damages her pretty badly.
Okay.
And I guess Brighill is technically meleeing as well, even though you're doing a spell. You're
Yep.
attacking, you're doing it with a spear, so good.
Probably armor class -1.
Oh yeah, it hits.
And the spear she'll take 4 points of damage, but also as the spear drives into her, that energy flows out of the spear, and she'll take 3 more points of energy sapping damage. Needs to make a sorcery save.
Okay.
Nice.
What kind of damage is it? It just is like an energy drain?
Yeah, if she fails the saving throw, it's going to do more to her, but if not, it's just
Okay.
3
She
points of
succeeded.
damage. Okay, well, that's all that happens then.
Okay. The spear is magical or no?
No, it's not.
Okay. So yeah, the spear actually, you see the spear kind of, you think you made a good hit, but you can actually see that it just kind of like deflected almost off her skin, and then the magical energy started to fly, but she was able to kind of wiggle herself and not take any damage from that whole series of attacks. Okay. And then we're into missiles. So that's Revna. Two shots this time, Rush.
Both should be hits, unless. And
Oh yeah, okay. Are those magical arrows?
nope.
Okay. So they basically slam against her body, and you actually see the arrow shaft like rot and kind of crumple to the ground, doing no damage, even though you hit very strongly. Okay. And finally, Ron Siege with another spell.
Rowan Siege is doing Flaming Missile.
Okay, go ahead.
Normally, each dart would do 1d4 plus 1, but because she's undead, they do 1d6 plus 1.
Nice.
And she gets to cast 4 of them because she's at level 7.
Nice. Do you have to roll to hit with them, or they're just...
They automatically hit. And I
Okay.
always seem to mess this up for some reason. There we go. 19 damage.
Nice.
Oh,
Okay.
and she takes 2d4 on this round as well from the
Yeah.
flaming web. Do you want to go
Okay.
ahead and do that now?
Yep, go ahead and do that now.
6 more.
Wow, okay. Alright. Okay. Yeah, I mean, she's basically trapped in this situation, and the fire is just starting to encompass her, and you can actually see the net of the flame net kind of going through her, like actually burning through her body, and you can see that like her arm falls off and then just starts to disintegrate and fall, and then essentially in a, even though there's still fire in there basically because the thing will last for another round or so, you see the entire body just lit up like there's a crumbling bonfire inside the sarcophagus. And after a few more seconds, because it's magical fire, it just goes out, right? So after another 10-15 seconds, the woman is gone, and laying there is basically ashes, and a beautiful gold necklace. And you can see, because since she's not there anymore, you can actually see there's like a handle on the ground that looks like it would be used to open a door, like a secret door. So she's down. How much longer are you paralyzed, Mike?
2 more rounds.
Okay, yes. I mean, that's only like a handful of seconds. So basically, by the time this all happens and people catch their breath, you kind of shake yourself off, and yeah, you can see again the sarcophagus is empty now, and there is just the gold necklace there and what appears to be some kind of a handle to open a door. And of course, the chest that you smashed open is also open as well.
Yeah, well, if you all don't mind, I'll take that gold necklace.
Well, of course, I want to give this door handle to Buka so he can open his doors.
Well, it's the wrong
Nice.
chest, but it's still there.
So you reach down and grab that gold necklace, Ronsiech, and when you do, you feel like this like energy come through your body, and the necklace turns to lead.
Oh. You know what? I'm gonna wear it anyway.
Okay, that's pretty baller. You're a magician. Roll a d6.
Okay.
Give you a 3 and 6. No. All right, yeah, put it on. Lead necklace. It's awesome. Yeah, the handle, when you go to grab it, seems to open up a passageway, which basically what happens is the bottom part of the back part of the sarcophagus falls open, and you can see you'll have to crawl through it, but there's basically a passageway that leads into kind of a standard size hallway behind. And yeah, this is probably a pretty good place to leave it. I'll just say that, just tell you what's in that chest. So the chest that you smashed open, there was in fact a handle in there as well that could have also opened the store. And another couple thousand gold pieces, as well as a couple of items that seem to be magic. A parafit and a ring. So I'll kind of put that in the, when we do the XP and stuff, I'll put that in the list of stuff that you guys got. But essentially you've got, I mean, it's still in this chest, which you're going to have to, of course, it's attached to the ground, so you're going to have to use sacks, whatever, to get it out. But it looks like you've got some more gold here and a passageway going deeper into the tomb, as it would be. Any final thoughts or things you want to do here in this part?
I'll look at Buka and his beautiful cat, and I'll say, in order to get that lucky, Buka, you must have liked and subscribed and hit the bell for Bandit's Keep actual play, and also Bandit's Keep YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Because
certainly.
otherwise, how could you possibly have gotten that lucky?
Well, and I also shared.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's a good idea.
Sharing is caring.
That's
maybe
what
you
people
should-
forget.
Maybe you should just call the cat Bandit then.
Now you're trying to get extra experience points. All right, thanks, guys. We'll be back on Saturday, I guess. All righty.
Wait a minute.
Thanks.
I thought you said
Yep.
you couldn't play this coming Saturday.
No, I can now.
You can now?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.